Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today myself Probir Mondal with you. Today I shall discuss about some long notes from the chapter The Eyes Have It. It is written by Ruskin Bond. This chapter is in the syllabus of class 12 of wbbse syllabus. We all know that the examinees of 10 and 12 are so much depressed in condition because their exam is knocking at the door. So, in this video, we shall discuss about some long notes from the chapter The Eyes Have It by Ruskin Bond. These notes will be very helpful to the students. If you watch my videos, you can get good marks from the English. So, let's watch my video, and today I will start my video without any further delay. Let's start. Question number 1. Then I made a mistake. Quotation hyphen. What mistake is referred to here? Was it really a mistake? Write your answer with reference to the story The Eyes Have It. Or, then I made a mistake. Quotation hyphen. What mistake did the speaker make? Why was it a mistake? What removed the speaker's doubts? What did the speaker do then? Answer. Ruskin Bond is a widely read writer of Indian origins who writes in English. In the story, Bond exploits the situational irony that originates between two people who met by chance in a railway compartment. The young man and the girl are unaware of their individual blindness and converse with each other from the conviction that both of them can see. Stanza change. The narrator and the girl talked over the beauty of the hills, wondering whether the girl was impressed with his words or thought him a romantic fool. The narrator asked what it was like outside. This was the mistake he made. It was not really a mistake, as there was nothing strange in the question. The narrator thought that it would reveal what he tried to keep secret about the blindness. Soon his doubts and fears melted away as the girl asked him to look out of the window. She could hardly know that her fellow passenger was blind, so the narrator didn't commit any mistake. Being not so surprised by his question, the girl asked him to look out of the window. The narrator then pretended to view the landscape. That's all for the question number 1. Question number 2. Yes, this is the best time, I said, calling on my memories. Quotation hyphen. Who said this and to whom? What was the occasion of the remark? What did he say after calling on his memories? Or, yes, this is the best time. Quotation hyphen. From where are the above line quoted? What is the place spoken about the line? What time of the year is it? Why is it the best time to the narrator? Answer. Ruskin Bond is a widely read writer of Indian origin who writes in English. In his story, Bond exploits the situational irony that originates between two people who meet by chance in a railway compartment. The young man and the girl are unaware of their individual blindness and converse with each other from the conviction that both of them can see. Stanza change. The narrator in Ruskin Bond's short story, The Eyes Have It, said this to the girl during the train journey. When the girl expressed her wish to go to Mussoorie and told the narrator that he was a lucky fellow to go there. In reply, he gave a brief answer but amusing description it was about Mussoorie in October. While calling on his memories, the narrator said that the hills were covered with wild dahlias. The sun was delicious. At night, one could sit in front of a log fire and drink a little brandy. He further asserted that the roads were almost deserted in October as most of the tourists had gone. So, October was the best time to visit Mussoorie. That's all for question number 2. That's all for question number 2. Question number 3. I am tired of people telling me I have a pretty face. Quotation hyphen. Who said this to whom and when? What did the person spoken to reply? Answer. Ruskin Bond is a widely read writer of Indian origin who writes in English. The setting of the most of his stories are the hills of the Himalayas. In this story, Bond exploits the situational irony that originates between two people who meet by chance in a railway compartment. The young man and the girl are unaware of their individual blindness and converse with each other from the conviction that both of them can see. The girl, stanza change. The girl, a co-passenger of the narrator in Ruskin Bond's short story, The Eyes Have It, said this to the narrator. During the conversation, when the narrator remarked that the girl's face was an interesting one, the girl accepted this compliment sarcastically and made the above comment. The term interesting was new to her. The blind narrator was not sure whether the girl had a pretty face and mended his comment by saying that an interesting face could also be a pretty face, which the girl apparently took cordially. That's all for question number 3. Question number 4. She would forget our brief encounter. Quotation hyphen. Who said this to whom? What is the brief encounter referred to here? Why did the speaker think so? Answer. Ruskin Bond is a widely read writer of Indian origins who writes in English. In this story, Bond exploits the situational irony that originates between two people who meet by chance in a railway compartment. The young man and the girl are unaware of their individual blindness and converse with each other from the conviction that both of them can see. Stanza change. The narrator in Ruskin Bond's short story, The Eyes Have It, is the speaker here. It was said about the girl who was his co-passenger in the train compartment. The narrator was on his way to Mussoorie via Dera. The girl boarded the train at Rohana station. The narrator came forward to talk with her. After some time, the girl became normal in the conversation, though both of them concealed their blindness from each other. That brief encounter is referred to here. The speaker was very much fascinated by the melodious voice of the girl. He longed for her company till the rest of his journey. But when he came to learn that the girl would get down at Saharanpur station, he was disappointed. The girl's image had left a deep impression in his mind. She would take the matter casually and would forget the brief encounter. The author thought like this. So that's all for the question number 4. Question number 5. She was an interesting girl. Who said this to whom and when? What else did the person say? What reply did he get? Answer. Ruskin Bond is a widely read writer of Indian origin who writes in English. In this story, Bond exploits the situational irony that originates between two people who meet by chance in a railway compartment. The young man and the girl are unaware of their individual blindness and converse with each other from the conviction that both of them can see. Stanza change. The narrator in the short story, The Eyes Have It, said this to his new co-passenger. He had entered the compartment the narrator was travelling in at Saharanpur. The narrator said this when the new traveller broke into the narrator's reverie, saying that the narrator must be disappointed seeing him, as he was not as attractive as the companion who had just left. The narrator asked his fellow traveller if he had noticed whether the girl who had just left kept her hair long or short. The fellow traveller told him in a puzzled tone that he did not remember how her hair was, as he had not noticed it. He added that what he had noticed was her beautiful eyes. These were, however, of no use to her since she was totally blind. That's all for question number 5. Question number 6. She had beautiful eyes, but they were no use to her. Whose eyes are mentioned here? Why were the eyes useless to her? Bring out of the irony of the situation. Answer. Ruskin Bond is a widely read writer of Indian origin who writes in English. In this story, Bond exploits the situational irony that originates between two people who meet by chance in a railway compartment. The young man and the girl are unaware of their individual blindness and converse with each other from the conviction that both of them can see. The stanza change. The eyes of the girl who was the narrator's co-passenger up to the Saharanpur in the train compartment are mentioned here. The man who entered the compartment after the girl's departure informed the narrator that the girl's eyes were very beautiful, but those eyes were of no use because she was completely blind. The narrator was astonished at this because he thought that the girl was able to see. After the girl's appearance in the coop, the narrator thought that she had normal eyesight, so he wanted to hide his blindness in all possible ways. But from the description of the new passenger, he came to know that the girl too was blind. The irony of the situation is that his endeavor to conceal his blindness to the girl was totally unnecessary. The narrator finally understands that infirmity of any physical organ, even blindness, cannot pose any hindrance to a human being. That's all for question number 6. Question number 7. Justify the title of Ruskin Bond story, The Eyes Have It. Answer. Ruskin Bond is a widely read writer of Indian origin who writes in English. The setting for most of his stories are the hills of the Himalayas. In this story, Bond exploits the situational irony that originates between two people who meet by chance in a railway compartment. The young man and the girl are unaware of their individual blindness and converse with each other from the conviction that both of them can see. Stanza change. Ruskin Bond's The Eyes Have It is a nice short story. The author has deep psychological insight into the human characters. The reality means we are what we are, but often we try to show what we are not. This is illusion. Illusion misleads us. For this, we lose the joy of our life. The outcome is frustration. This is the spirit of the story. The narrator is blind, but he hides his blindness. He pretends to have normal eyesight. The girl, co-passenger he talks with fails to discover it because he is blind too. The narrator comes to know of her blindness only after her departure. The eyes of a third passenger reveals this. The entire story is a comment on seeing. So the title is apt and appropriate. So that's all for the question number 7, and today's video has been ended. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel to get new contents. If you follow my channel, you can get good marks from the subject English. So let's watch every time my channel, my viewers. I request you to see my channel. Bye bye. May God bless you. See you in the next video.